and was a promising junior 2 or 3 years ago.
Well, it looks like the winner of the snatch is coming out on 200 kilos.
Well, that doesn't really surprise me, because the snatch is... Well, in fact, he's not the winner of the snatch. He's, in fact, the silver medalist.
Silver medalist in the snatch.
Yeah. He's got 180, but beaten, of course, by the young Pole's lighter body weight. And he's got half a minute to win it.
Purskati, purskati. Ara gishkanushuniz. Kanat, kanat. Ya shadlave. Hit. Razdas, hit. Hit.
Of course, guarantees him a total, and at the moment, actually, he's in second place overall, because there was a pretty decent performance by one of the Hungarians in the 94 kilo B group ranking competition earlier in the day. That was Zoltan Kovac, who snatched 170 kilos, which was no bad effort at all, and clean and jerk 212.5 for a total of 382.5, and that's the overall target at the moment. And here's Sukov in for this second attempt at 200. This would only hoist his total up to 70. So he's a man who probably would have been more at home in the B group here than he is in this sort of company.
And of course, weightlifting, about the best total. I know they do have individual medals, but the real world champion is the person who manages to do the best combination. And Kakishvili's really known for his strength in the clean and jerk. I remember actually in Barcelona, where he was actually 15 kilos behind after the snatch, and everybody had forgotten about him. And then he came out, made up the 15 kilos and broke a world record. So
I think it's also worth emphasising, you talk about the best in the world, but in the men's division, the strength, by and large, perhaps bar China, very much is in Europe. So these European championships are very much of a world standard. And talking of world standards, in the clean and jerk, it's 230 kilos. That's the standard that was put down when this new category of 94 kilos was created a year and a bit ago. And Kakashvilis is the man who's come closest to it when he clean and jerk 220, which is the current European record. And Szymon Kolecki of Poland, he actually holds the junior world and junior European record at 218. And that's really interesting.
Of course, Kakishvili is capable of doing the 230, because in the 92 Olympics, in the old weight class, the 90 kilo class, he actually managed 235. So potentially that world standard should be his.
And there's Bunyami suggesting that he's going to come in at 210, which is spot on. The sheet of paper which we get just about 45 minutes before the competition, which tells us what they are proposing. Now Sukov needs this. He will get a total, but it'll be a better one if he can get an extra 10 kilos on.
That's better. Now, can he drive it overhead? The answer is yes, but he can't keep it there.
And at least he's got a total, which is more than he did last year in the World Championships, when he failed 3 clean and jerks at 195, and consequently went right the way down the order, which is why we couldn't find him initially in all the ranking lists, because he didn't actually total out in the Worlds. Now Lars Becker in his opener at 205. Lars down in 7th place after the snatch. 4 men found themselves on 170 kilos after the snatch, and he was the last of them ranked on the body weight because he was in with 93 kilos 54. Oleg Shumek was the lightest of that quartet with 92.94.
No lift. Movimiento nulo.
2-1 against. Take us through it, David.
Well, he cleaned well, but as anybody who's been listening will know, the bar has to go over the head in one movement.
Now watch this. And that presses out on the arms, and that's the reason why that lift was not good. Pressed out.
Next lifter, Muñani Sudash, Turkey. Próximo levantador, Muñani Sudash, Turquía.
6 stoppen, 1 minute.
Now this is Bunyami of...
It's time for Betka.
This is the man who I think they got it wrong with. I suppose on reflection, David, he was trying 177.5, which had he got 177.5 would have put him ahead of Kakashvilis.
Yes, would have given him the bronze medal. So in hindsight, they actually did make the right decision.
Didn't look like it at the time, but now on reflection, they obviously had worked out the strengths of the other lifters, but their man unfortunately wasn't up to it. Betka. So let's hope he can do this successfully this time.
That's better.
And no problem this time. But of course he's used up one life, which does limit his ambitions in going further. 210, which is where I think he was aiming for. And it might be that 207 is as far that he's going to get. Let's watch this here. Pushes it up, but this time, no problem. So question for Betka whether he goes for the 210. Certainly I think would have wanted that.
Yes. 210 would give him a 380 total, which would be would be another personal best, because he's already beaten his personal best of 372.5.
Showing signs of a return to the sort of form he had a couple of years ago, but he's not really going to be a factor in winning this competition. Now, Benyami.
Check.
Half a minute.
That's a good start.
Very good start.
Oleg Chumak from Ukraine is scored. First attempt, primo intento, Ucrania, Oleg Chumak. Tadeusz Jazga, Poland to prepare. Tadeusz Jazga, Polonia preparado.
So the bar remaining at 210 for the first attempt of the Oleg Chumak.
And that's a good lift as well. Chumak, of course, he was fourth in the snatch. And he, the man who failed to register a clean and jerk in last year's Europeans.
Tercer intento para Lars Petker, Alemania.
The bar at 210 kilos. And we think it's for the third and final attempt of Lars Betker of Germany. Remember, already achieved a personal best total. Not really in line for the medals, but in terms of personal bests. And the board has just changed to 212.5 kilos. So either Betker is asking for more or he's retired. So it's now the turn of Pilosyan, the Armenian, who you remember was second in the snatch. Already succeeded on 200 kilos for his first attempt, just to get one in. Taken a very big jump of 12.5 kilos for his second attempt.
Yes, you don't see 12.5 kilos increased snatch, and it's pretty rare in the clean and jerk. Mind you, I think we're questioning in the snatch him getting 180, but he did it very solidly.
This for the lead. And there it is.
2-1 against. They're not happy with that. So again, we need to have a look at this. Is this again a press out?
It looked okay to me.
Well, there's quite a few whistles in the stands around us. Bit of a better crowd tonight. And this will be fascinating to have a look at this again. Real disappointment. Right. Not the best of angles, but let's hope it goes to the front. Well, the feet were still. I was looking, trying to look top and bottom there. What do you reckon? Again, now.
Yeah. Well, maybe just a slight press out on that left arm, but personally, I'd have given it to him.
Well, you're a generous chap.
Unless, of course, he was competing against me.
Have to emphasise, though, that we're that bit further away, and the referees are right, very close, within 4 meters of the lift.
First attempt for Szymon Kolecki, Poland. Primo intento para Szymon Kolecki, Polonia. Turkey to be
So the bar now going to 215 kilograms.
And this is for the appearance of the European Snatch Champion, who also has got a European Junior Snatch record. This is 17-year-old Simon Kolecki. That's Betka. There's the Turk, Bunyami. And it's all changed. He's going to come in first at 2:15.
Which means that the Pole, Kolecki and Kakashvilis want more than 215 for their first.
And the European record's 2:20. That's got to be in danger tonight now. That really has to be in danger. 2:30 the world standard. That's probably safe.
Nice.
Well, that's very good from Bunyami. And zooms him into the lead, goes ahead of Zoltan Kovac of Hungary, who's been leading the clean and jerk, the B group lifter, for quite a while. Shumek's in third, Betka's in fourth place, Pilosan currently in fifth spot. Overall, Sudas now leads the competition with a running total of 385 kilos. And it's Shumek now, the blue and yellow of Ukraine, also going for 215 kilos. Shumek lighter than Bunyami, so this would take him into the lead in the clean and jerk and also take the overall lead. So this is quite nip and tuck. Deep split. And rightfully pleased with that. Good effort.
Yes, always looked very, very strong in the first phase, the clean. Wasn't that convincing on his first with 210, but as you say, David, went into a deep split and managed.
Well, Lars Betka, 10 kilos more than he took the second time, so 215.
And this, if he succeeded, would be a massive improvement on his best total. This would take him to
385.
385, and he had a previous best, remember, of 372.5. So Betka having a really good day.
Well, this for the second spot in the overall title race.
Cleans well.
Again, it was a deep split and he couldn't quite control it. What a pity, because that got him into silver medal position in both the clean and jerk and the overall competition, and he was so close.
Just cleaned it with room to spare.
Third and last attempt for Jacob Pilosian, Armenia. Tercer y último intento para Jacob Pilosian.
Just not quite positioned.
Yeah, when he did the split, he was a little bit off balance as well, and that didn't help either. Now, Pilosian. Now, you can see here he's doing a little bit again here. 212 and a half. Failed at that, but no matter. Let's put it up to 215 and go again.
Yes, and he'll be a bit disappointed with the decision of the referees. Let's see if it works for him or against him.
Yes, this was the man who had that suspect press out on the left arm. So this is effectively 15 kilos up on his first successful lift of 200. Got the clean. No. Couple of kilos too heavy. And so he tumbles down the order. He's currently 5th in the clean and jerk and 4th in the overall, but he's not going to hold those positions. But he does have the consolation of the silver medal from the snatch.
Yes, this would have put him up to 395.
Snatch is very much his stronger suit. And now Kakashvilis, 217 and a half, 2.5 kilos below the European record, which he set and holds.
Yes, now watch Kakashvilis, especially in the second of the movement, prefers to use what we call a power jerk. Doesn't split the legs, just squats underneath the bar.
Set the 220 in the World Championships, the last World Championships. And he uses all the time that's available to him. He's a nightmare for coaches.
Now the power jerk. Look at that.
Well, no need to emphasize that he's suddenly taken the lead in the clean and jerk, gone 2.5 kilos ahead of Oleg Shumek, who's lighter than him, and takes the lead overall. Look at this. This is the different technique here. Chucks it over. Good opener.
First attempt for Szymon Kolecki, Poland. Primer intento para Szymon Kolecki, Polonia. This lifter is trying to establish a new world record in the total.
So now we see the young Pole, who, if you remember, took gold in the snatch, coming out now on 217.5. This would, of course, give him the overall lead, and I believe a new junior record.
217 and a half is actually just below his junior world and junior European record by 0.5 kilo.
In the total, I think.
Apologies there. In the total, he's got a total of 385 is the junior European record.
So this would give him 3.8.
But it's not the world standard, which is 390. Well, this young man, only 17, but took the bronze medal in the World Clean and Jerk Championships in Finland, and zooms up into silver medal position behind Kakashvilis in the clean and jerk. But in the overall title race, he's in the lead by 2.5 kilos by virtue of the advantage that he carries forward from the snatch, which of course he won. His advantage from the snatch. Kakashvilis only 177.5 kilos, and Kolecki 180 kilos. So bit of changing going on here now. And I should emphasize that we haven't seen Dražka at all. The other pole. This is Bunyami. 220 to equal the European record. Third and final attempt. $93 kilos 24, so this would take him ahead of Kakashvilis. So this for the lead in the clean and jerk. And would put him in third place overall, ahead of Oleg Shumek, who currently occupies that position.
Well, he wants it.
He's on red in the petrol tank.
And he's got it. Look at that.
Enough fumes. And he goes into the clean and jerk lead. gutsy effort, really good. Well, he can easily carry him, he's a lot lighter. Now look how hard he works here. Now this is desire.
And I'm guessing that that's way above what he did at the World Championships.
Yes, World Championships, 210 kilos for 6th place and a total of 3.8, and he's got 390. So, as you rightly say, improvement. Schumacher now to try and reply. Again, 5 kilos. This would take Schumacher to 390, and he's lighter than Bunyami, so this would immediately remove Bunyami from the medal podium, the overall medal podium, and push him into silver medal position in the clean and jerk.
Stop! Stop!
Well, he cleaned well, and he tried to go even lower in the split on the jerk, but this time it just didn't come off. So now it's the battle between the two big men, Kakashvili and Kolecki.
Well, I say that, seen or heard anything of the pole, the very light pole, Dražga Tadeusz.
But he failed to make a snatch, did he not? So maybe he's decided to opt out of the competition.
One can only assume that at the moment, which is disappointing because I thought he might have at least, okay, fine, he wouldn't be vying for medals, but might have given it a shot, having travelled all the way here. Anyway, this is the business end of the competition now, and this is for a new European record. And that's the record. Takes him to 222.5 kilos, pushes him into golden position, Bunyami into silver, and Kolecki of Poland into bronze, but he's got 2 lifts to come. Kakashvilis in the overall lead ahead of the young Pole, with Bunyami in bronze ahead of Schumacher at the moment.
Second of the pattern for Szymon Kolecki, Poland.
Well, it's interesting at this stage, David, just to reflect on a few words from Kakashvilis, as you see in there. He said after Lahti, when he won the World Championship, I expected a much more difficult fight, and I think I'm lucky to be able to win with only 400. Both Oliver Caruso, who of course is absent from this competition, he won the World Snatch Gold, and Kolecki are very talented and will certainly become my major challengers at the next World Championships, even more so at the Olympic Games. In my category, the world standards have not been improved, and I wasn't able to break those marks, but I'm sure that in a year's time, my scores will be higher. Well, this is the young man he identified, and this is the young man who's pushing the standards. Yes, for a new junior European and world record, and that's it. 3 white lights, and this young man is on fire. He's currently second in the clean and jerk rankings. That's because he's a fraction heavy, 180 grams ahead, or 180 grams heavier than, but overall he's still got the advantage. Still got those valuable 2.5 kilos ahead of Kakashvilis, and the 2 men with 1 lift remaining. So Kakashvilis 225 for a total of 402.5, and this is the gamble. At the moment, what he's saying is, I'll lift this, and then I reckon that the young Pole will not lift 227.5 or lift any more, and
Well, 225
225
is what he'll need.
he will not lift any more, in which case Kakashvilis will be the overall champion and indeed the clean and jerk champion.
Yes, Kakashvilis is gambling that the Pole will not be able to do this weight in his third attempt. This is the gamble.
Another European record attempt.
Yes, and that bar getting dangerously close to 500 pounds. Just 5 pounds away from 500 pounds.
Well, he said that he was lucky to win the Worlds lifting 400, and now he's really, his words are ringing true. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6. He has to make this lift. Oh, he hasn't. That is a wonderful performance by Kakashvilis. And if he scrapes home, it's going to be by the skin of his teeth, David, because it's all down to Simeon Kolecki.
225 kilograms on the barbell, 225.
Talk about youth and experience. The 29-year-old double Olympic champion, triple world champion, twice European champion. That's the collection of achievements of this man. And now to be challenged by this young man, 12 years younger, the junior European champion of last October.
Yes, he knows exactly what he's got to do to win. He knows that if he succeeds with this, he will be the overall champion.
This is a 7.5 kilo increase on the kilos he lifted for that junior European clean and jerk effort. But this is for the lot. He's got the snatch. This is for a hat-trick of medals.
And all Kakashvilis can do is sit and hope.
Deep, pushing. That bar is awful heavy. Yes, he can do it! What about that? A new star is born. Poland take over the 94 kilo class. And a new era begins. What about that, David? You've amazed and impressed.
This cleans well. Has to drive through. That's the only place where he really has the problem, standing up. Very good technician in the jerk. Drives that bar overhead. And then there wasn't really any doubt from that moment on.
I mean, that really is an amazing performance from that young man.
I suppose consolation for Kakashvilis is that the European clean and jerk record is still his because he did it first. The 3 golds go to this man, Kolecki.
Yeah, Simeon Kolecki of Poland. What a series he's put together. Now, in fact, I just said that he got all 3. But in fact, he hasn't got all 3 gold medals. In my excitement there, I forgot that Kakashvilis, in fact, is the lighter of the two and got 225, so that, in fact, he gets the clean and jerk gold medal by virtue of his lighter body weight. He's the 180 grams lighter man, so that's his consolation. And also, he claims the European record because he actually did it first, which I find a bizarre and silly rule, because lots of sports you can have two people who've actually reached the same standard. Why on earth don't you credit both with the record? It would be far more logical, rather than saying he who lifted it first, he who had the lower body weight.
Yes, but it would get a bit complicated then.
I don't think so. I mean, Kakashvilis, 93 kilos 30, lifted 225, lighter, and that's why he's got the gold medal. And there you can see it confirmed on the screen for yourself there. But Kolecki's not going to be disappointed with that at all, because he's had a terrific evening. And Kakashvilis now realizes that Kolecki has arrived a little earlier than he expected. He was suggesting that he was going to arrive in 6 months' time for the World Championships, but he's turned up here and he's turned him over. Quite frankly, he really has turned him over. Sudas there, good to see him getting a bronze medal. He's improved some 10 on his World Championship effort there, and he's going to be pretty happy with that. I suppose the only thing that Kakashvilis now knows is exactly what he's got to do. He's had the warning, and if he wants to make it a hat-trick of Olympic victories, then he's got to go to work.
Yes, he's going to have to reach his best lifts of 185 and 235.
Well, the Greek group don't seem to be too unhappy, but the Poles got to be delighted with this. Once again, and it is the sort of age where improvement can come very quickly. He's quite cheeky, isn't he?
Once he's just looking up at his teammates in the order,
suggesting that he might have told them that at breakfast this morning. What a good effort. And it's great to have new talent.
Of course.
Number one. He is number one.
Youth versus experience. Youth wins on this occasion.
And the confirmation of the result there, Szymon Kolecki with 180 kilos by virtue of lighter body weight, taking the snatch gold, the clean and jerk silver, for a total of 405 kilos. An absolutely tremendous total there. Kakashvilis having to settle for second place, and Sudas of Turkey into the bronze medal, and that's really good. He actually